Tell me your name and what you do in the band.
Or I am Phil, and I play bass in the band.
I'm Drew, and I sing. That's why my voice is fucked.
I'm Dylan, and I play guitar.
Uh, I'm Harry, and I play drums.
I'm Trevor. I'm filling in on second guitar.
All right, so you want to give me a brief history of the band?
Yeah, we started a couple of years ago, probably like 3 years ago. And it was the three of us just as trying to make like a punk project just to play in Chattanooga. We started playing more, and one of our first shows was here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Phil's band had kind of wrapped up a bit, and he decided to join us, which has been awesome. So it's been mostly the four of us recording and trying to play as many shows as possible, and we've just started having a second guitar player with us, so Trevor's awesome for filling in and coming with us.
How's the tour so far, and how's prom court?
Sick.
Prom court was really sick. This tour has been badass. We played 2 house shows on the way up here in Fort Wayne and Chicago. Both were insane. The show tonight was insane. Hanging out with In Love has been sick. Those are awesome guys. So.
Yeah, definitely check them out if you haven't. They're awesome.
God damn it.
You got anything?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna add, prom corps was super cool, being that it was a lot of new bands, some of which had not even played shows pre-pandemic. So the energy there was just super. Everyone was just like, no one was burnt out or had to be there. Everyone was stoked to be there. So
Yeah.
awesome fest.
There's a lot of cool bands from our area too, like First Day Out and Strangle You and Surus, and got to see some bands like Scowl and a bunch of cool bands. So every band was on top of the game after quarantine, and it was fun to see everybody go off for every band pretty much.
Yeah.
What's the writing process like?
Done with all of us in the same room and kind of collectively writing together. And either maybe Dylan or I will come to practice with an idea, and we just kind of bounce the idea around. And it's a very collaborative effort.
Yeah, everybody can play a few instruments, so luckily we're able to kind of just bounce ideas off of each other, and a lot of times we just have a couple parts, and like Phil will be able to pull it all together and form the song. So
We're also all drummers, so there's a pretty unique advantage being 4 drummers in the band, because we don't run into any loss of communication between like the string players and the drummer, because we could all just sit down the kit and kind of explain what we mean in the writing process. So.
yeah, which I think just makes it fun to write cool parts and try to explore fun rhythms and stuff.
Yeah, the lyrics come like way later.
Yeah.
I'm less hands-on now than I was at the beginning with the music part. But yeah, like we just recorded an LP, and it took me probably a year to write lyrics for 8 songs. So sometimes, like, in some of the songs I had within like days of having the music finished. But then some I literally like painstakingly just like struggled with for like months. So yeah, it's different every time lyrically.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what are some of your influences, like from like when you started, influences then, the influences now? Or?
Yeah.
We started, us 3, as like a metal band, kind of, which was really weird. And I was playing drums.
I was playing bass, and he was
Yeah,
He
playing
was playing
guitar.
guitar. It was all switched up, and then I don't know what it was. I just like the stuff we were writing sounded way too similar to the influences that we had,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "Fuck this! Let's just switch it completely."
Yeah.
And we turned into a punk band.
Yeah. As far as influences, it's like varied on different releases, just because we all like a lot of different kinds of music. So like some of the early stuff had a little bit more of the like Joy Division-y type kind of stuff, and a lot of we all are like hardcore fans and active members of the hardcore scene in Chattanooga, so like there's a lot of that influence obviously, and anything from like Lungfish, Ceremony, Snapcase, Jazz and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff.
We all really like Me Without You.
Yeah.
And we take some influence from them, and then we all like Fugazi as well.
Yeah.
So I think there's some influences.
We also just all like metallic hardcore and metal and all of that kind of stuff. So
Power violence stuff.
power violence a lot. So it's fun to be able to mix that into
Yeah.
the blend of Gumm.
No, absolutely.
Power Violence is very close to my heart. So what are some of the bands you guys are Power Violence bands that you've drawn from?
Well, as far as like right now, like Regional Justice Center, obviously is an awesome one. Ingrown from Idaho, I think. And then, Ceremony was a huge band for all of us, as well as like the old school stuff like, Spaz and Charles Bronson, like Cross Off and stuff. But that's the stuff that I like.
Oh yeah.
And like Iron Lung and stuff.
So what can we expect next from the band?
LP. We just recorded a record. We're getting it mixed and mastered soon, and then we're gonna be shopping it around. We don't know anything about release yet, but that's what we're working on. We're gonna be playing shows and touring and stuff in the meantime.
Any hints on like the concept or the ideas going into the album?
It was written over like a long time. We had most of the songs done like almost prior to quarantine. And so I think they like changed a little bit over that time, but most of the influences were just kind of trying to make it like a little more cohesive, but just still have like more of the elements that we really liked in it.
Yeah.
So I think these are the songs that like we've been wanting to play and write for a while, and we're super psyched on how they came out. He can probably talk more about like the lyrics, but one of our good friends did the art, and like I think that goes really well with the whole thing. So we're pumped on
We're
it.
keeping it in Chattanooga. We got Chattanooga artists doing all the like layout and album art. We recorded it with a guy in town that plays in local bands and is part of the scene there.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to promote that. As a city.
Absolutely.
Sick. All right, last question. Any bands, books, or movies we should be on the lookout for, whether old, new, that you know?
Yeah.
What's been on the tour playlist?
Ooh.
Lots of things.
Tour
We listened
playlist.
to Weird Al today.
Yeah.
We've been listening to some soul like Bloodstone and War and stuff. Bands to check out. I'll just like start with the Atlanta ones, I guess. Like First Day Out, Strangle You, all the bands from Louisville that like I'm trying to
Sidestep.
Yeah, Constraint, Sidestep.
Gates to Hell.
Yeah, Gates to Hell for sure.
Listen to In Love and all the delayed gratification bands out
Yeah,
of
they're
Ohio as
all
well.
awesome.
3 of us play in a side project called Hard Way Out from Chattanooga.
Yeah, Lack of Control from Chattanooga.
Lack of
They should have
Control.
music coming out.
That's an upcoming band. Both Hard Way Out and Lack of Control will both have music out pretty soon.
Hanging Moon and Reserving Dirt Naps from the other cities in Tennessee.
Chamber.
Thieves Hand. Yeah. I don't know, just all the Tennessee and Atlanta bands, and obviously we love all the bands on the West Coast too, like Scowl and Ingrown and all those bands that have been cool to us. So yeah, that's a lot of information.
No, that's great. I mean, it's awesome. So cool. I think that's all the questions I have. So
Awesome.
thank you for your time.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
It's an honor.